marks on the back of that investigation. Those kidnappers are caught because they start negotiating the ransom. You're right here, so measure oxygen volume in that. Find out how long the kids will
Even if you had ignored the FBI and listened to Mr. Vega, you still wouldn't have been able to save your sons. Your backstop,
we know each victim was taken from an underground garage. A typical development.
even if Matthew got defined how did you stop them? Ryan is now Ryan was just there and shows up and he fucking It's an attempt by the victim to shield his head from the ice attack. What? It's always an axe, isn't it? Remember The Shining? Palms plus organic. Definitely decompose it.
So you were involved with the search?
I've had a lot of search and rescue operations as a firefighter. I should have found the rough flakes on the neck are from the handful we're still here.
It's crazy. You're romanticizing. It's foolish.
Everyone does it, Bones, okay? It's normal.
It's a useless fantasy, no different than the child. I'm going to have coffee with him.
Just quick.
He understands something no one else I know does. And people need connection.
I don't think I'm ready for this yet. Okay, hey guys, we're gonna try this again. It's Tuesday evening, August 5th, I think. And I put down I had to put Montana down on Friday. Which is why this is the worst reset ever. I'm taking it very slowly over days. But sadly, the world is not stopping, so I have to eat and do laundry and take out the trash and clean out my fridge and make a budget, because I did wipe out my emergency fund trying to figure it out and see if there was anything we could do. Okay, so one of the many tasks I've been avoiding is cleaning out the fridge, but I officially am at the point where I don't have anything to eat. So we have to do it. It's just full of stuff. You wouldn't eat anything, so it's just full of stuff. Tuna and salmon and different kinds of cat food, and I probably should clean the hands out and stuff, but I'll just wash the can lids and put them in the donut bin. I also tried cooking him chicken, but I think this is still good, and I might try and turn it into a chicken salad for myself. I bet this sour cream's gone bad. Yep. And these are egg yolks left over from the pavlova that I made on my birthday. Actually, I'm going to put this in the Ziploc bag because I'm nervous that the garbage bag is going to break. Then I need to get milk. Okay, I'll eat this tonight, and that'll be that done. That's tuna salad. It's really weird to open something with fish or boiled chicken in it and him not come running. Okay, hey guys, we're going to do the normal sitting down portion of the monthly reset. I didn't film one in July because I was pet sitting when the month transitioned, and I don't like filming. I don't pet sit very much anymore, thank God. It was a good reminder. But I don't like filming in other people's houses, and I couldn't be gone long enough to film it properly. So we never went over June's budget. I'm just going to consider it a wash. I don't really want to go over July's budget because, yeah. But we're going to, and we're going to set August budgets. It is the 7th of August, which crazily means it's been a year to the day since my hip surgery. This time last year I was probably under or like just waking up, because they're an hour behind in Winnipeg. 10:30, yeah, probably under. We'll do empties first, and then we'll get into the budget. I didn't set any goals for the month of July, and I did make a budget, but I did not stick to it whatsoever, and then it got blown out of the water at the end. And yeah, I'm not gonna set any goals for August. I have no motivation for anything at the moment, and it's the last like proper month of summer, and I just wanna I don't know, I'm not really enjoying anything right now, so we're not gonna do that. But yeah, anyways, empties. This is the Vaseline Dry Skin Repair Body Lotion. This will not be a repurchase. It genuinely took me like 2 years to get through it because I did not like it. I didn't find that it moisturized that well, and I've always felt sticky after. The First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. This has been around. I mean, if you go to my blog, you will see this in empties there as well. I've been using it for literal years. It's excellent for eczema-prone skin. However, it's an American-made product, so I am trying the Skin Fix moisturizer because Skin Fix is a Canadian company, which I didn't know. I have an empty of the Pharmacy Green Clean. This is my first time repurchasing it since they rebranded, reformulated. I don't know what happened. They haven't been very transparent about that. This is my favorite cleansing balm. Has been for years, and then it just disappeared from Canadian Sephora. It is an American product. It is made in the USA, but I did repurchase this one because I only want to switch up like one thing at a time. So next time this will probably be what gets switched up. Although the irony of me saying that is I did purchase an Australian sunscreen instead of the Supergoop Glow Screen. This is also like one of my favorites. But they're a Texas company. The other one's New Jersey. So sometimes I like when it comes down to it, I go like state by state with my boycotting. However, I do feel kind of bad because Supergoop is owned by a Pi-Fi. And sometimes I feel loyalty to sorority sisters, even if I've never met them. And then Rare Beauty mascara. I really like this mascara. However, I have been finding, I mean, I'm not wearing any makeup right now, but I have been finding that I want my makeup to look more makeup-y since moving to the city, and this is a very like natural mascara. So those are the empties. That made a big difference in my desk. Wow. So July was a 3 paycheck month. 2 of them, the first 2 were higher than the last one. I don't quite understand that, but whatever. And then I moved a bunch of money over from savings to help cover some of Montana's expenses. My bills are basically the same. I had my rent at $1,900, cell phone $95.91, internet $44.01, car insurance and rental insurance $162.18. I feel weird going through this because so many good things happened in the month of July, and then like the last 2 weeks of it were just awful. Anyways, we'll get there. Spotify $14.34. iCloud, I'm bumped up from like the most basic amount of space to the second smallest, and it's $4.51 a month. My TTC pass is $143, and then CapCut is $15.24, but I've actually canceled this, and I'm working on figuring out new editing because CapCut changed their user agreement to basically harvest everything you have in there for AI. So I'm going to try and avoid using CapCut, but I used to use CapCut to edit everything. For annual bills, my credit card I only have one credit card with an annual fee, and it comes out in July. And then my alum dues for Pi Phi. So this month I had monthly bills of $2,602.37. And then I budgeted $450 for groceries, which was daft because I knew I was going to have a housewarming party. That's one of the good things that happened. And a birthday party, and I bought food for that. And I was also over my like I was at like $250 spent by like the end of week 1. Because I had nothing in my fridge after I got back from pet sitting, and then I had bought groceries while I was pet sitting, like little bits to fill in stuff. So nothing on transit, nothing on gas or car. I spent $2,530.13 on Montana, which is a lot of vet stuff, including his annual that I had just decided to do in July because it was a 3 paycheck month. And then we did blood work just as part of his annual, and then he got sick. There's also cat litter and wet cat food in there. I spent $82.72 on coffee. I spent $473.44 on essential household, including printer ink, which I had not budgeted for. And oh, that's dish soap. I bought some like a thing to stop the door from damaging the drywall at Canadian Tire. And then I painted the bathroom this month, so there's some supplies here for paint. And then I ended up having to prime the ceiling because the paint was all peeling off the ceiling. And then I bought a toilet paper holder and some face cloths, paint brushes. Oh, and then because it was a 3 paycheck month, I decided to stock up on quarters and loonies for laundry. Instead of just getting my normal 1 roll of loonies for laundry, which is $25, I got 2 rolls of loonies, so $50, and a roll of quarters, so that's $10, so $60 there. And then I got garbage bags, compost bags, and command hooks. So just kind of added up there. I mean, you could argue that like painting my bathroom was non-essential, but oh my god, it has made such a difference. It's so much brighter, it's so much cleaner, it's crazy. So way over budget there. Toiletries over budget, spent $211.59. So I did have to buy, like, I replaced a lot of skincare. I think I was able to push the sunscreen into August. But like I had to buy the cleanser, the moisturizer, and I ran out of like floss and mouthwash and stuff this month too. So toiletries, I think I had to get deodorant this month as well. So it was just like one of those months when everything runs out. So way over there. Medicine and vitamins, I need to change this when I put it in for August because it's $12.42 with tax. So I don't know where I got $10 from. But this is only my 2nd month with the prescription. So yeah, fitness and sport, $38.42. I treated myself to a Pilates class the weekend I painted the bathroom so that I could shower. And it was worth it. So I think the class is like $35 and then tax. Non-essential home, I budgeted $40. Absurd of me, and spent $240.56. I bought some servingware for my party. I bought a picture frame and a couple baskets for the bathroom. I bought some flowers and I put those in non-essential home, like fresh flowers, and then there's more servingware. So yeah, way over there. Bank fees also over, so I think I need to look at that more closely. I did end up buying some clothes. I bought some activewear at Aerie, which I now kind of regret after the latest American Eagle ad. And one of the sports bras gave me a really bad rash. but that might have just been like how excessively sweaty I was that day, so I need to wear it again. But I've been trying to let my skin like fully calm down. It was absurdly hot and I was absurdly sweaty. I wore it the day I painted the bathroom and I was dripping actively almost the whole day. And then maybe I shouldn't have put it in clothing and shoes, but it was a pair of shoes. But I bought myself a new pair of sneakers for my birthday because my old ones were trashed. I actually threw them away when I left my pet sitting job because they were so trashed. And I walk a lot, like I walk almost everywhere here. So we're at clothing and shoes. So I had budgeted $0 for that and I spent almost $500. Makeup and fragrance, I got I ran out of mascara, as you saw, and then I got a like lip tint blush combo thing for summer that I used to use all the time and had run out of years ago but had never replaced. For spending money, oh, that's impressively on target, $48.25. So I did like a normal, I guess, LCBO run at the bottom or at the top of July, but then I must have put, yeah, I think I put all the supplies for my party in social because I bought a lot of alcohol for my party and I will not need to go to the LCBO for a minute. But that's impressive, $1.75 left over, right on target. Gifts and cards, those ended up not getting purchased this month. They got purchased this past weekend though, so, but that puts them in August. And then I didn't buy the thread. I have to buy the thread for that needlepoint because it's my mom's birthday and Mother's Day gift, and her birthday and Mother's Day in North America is in May, so have to finish that. Social, $413.20. I don't quite understand where I was going with only budgeting $100 for the party, but I spent a lot more than that. Something that I don't see people talk a lot about is how much it costs to host people, and I love doing it, but you definitely don't see people who like have made a career out of like hosting influencing talk about the cost of hosting. So one of those things was brunch with one of my friends who lives in Boston now for $36.67. $7.89 was skewers for the party. I guess that I made a recipe with skewers. I wish I had been able to find the melon baller, but I couldn't. Oh, and then I went out for dinner with two of my friends the week after, and then $292.60 was alcohol for the party. Like I said, and I if I had, you know, second sight or whatever, I would have restructured my spending completely to align better with what was going to happen at the end of the month, but I didn't know what was going to happen at the end of the month, and that's why you need an emergency fund, and that's why it's okay when you spend your emergency fund. It is okay to spend your emergency fund on emergencies. So yeah, way over on social. Entertainment, I hadn't budgeted anything, and I wish I hadn't done this, but I bought a ticket for the National Bank Open or the Rogers Open, whatever it's called, which is the tennis tournament in Toronto, and then I didn't go because Montana was sick. So that was just a loss of $70. I didn't get my bangs trimmed. I really need them trimmed. I only budgeted $40 for my tip to bring in the couch, and then I tipped $100. It was so hot and there's no elevator, so I don't regret that at all. Nothing on travel, nothing on my AAC, like volunteer position, and then eating out $181.89. That doesn't really surprise me. And then I subscribed to Amazon Prime so that I could watch The Summer I Turned Pretty. So $11.29 there. And then I did save $250 to my emergency fund. However, it did get taken out from Montana, and I saved $40 to my TFSA. And then in other things that were good news, I paid my car off in full. So I don't have my car in the city. I don't want to bring my car to the city. I would like to sell it, but it is paid in full. I no longer have a car loan. So I now have well, no, because I paid for some of Montana's stuff in August, but I now have 2 zeroed out budget categories. So let's get into planning for August. It's a 2 paycheck month, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. And my rollover was, it was more than that because I got paid on the very last day. I'm gonna go with like, I've already paid, it's the 7th, I've already paid my rent. I've already paid my cell phone bill and my internet. Insurance is the same, Spotify, iCloud, and then we can get rid of, or I'll just do that for CapCut. And I don't think there's any annual bills in August, but I might get surprised. Groceries, as you can see, I've already spent $165.23. I've been buying a lot of like convenience meals and stuff. I'm gonna do, let me look at my calendar real quick here. I'm gonna do 400. Transit, we'll come back to gas, car. I'm going home, so I might get gas. I'm gonna do 0. I won't have anything else to spend on Montana, so I'm just gonna do 117, so it's like it's under budget. Coffee, I'm gonna do 80, just because I am not enjoying being in the house at the moment. Let's go back to a normal-ish month. When did I increase my essential household? Yeah, 90. I'm gonna do 90 again here for laundry coinage. Toiletries, I better not need anything else. And as you can see, I've already spent 100. But I'm just gonna put in my normal 50. There, medicine and vitamins, I'm gonna do 15. Medical expenses better be 0, dental 0, vision 0, fitness and sport. I'm gonna come back to non-essential household. I'm not gonna be doing anything to the apartment this month. Bank fees. Making fragrance. Spending money. I'm gonna come back to that one because my grandparents are coming over from Ireland and that's why I'm going home. Gifts and cards, I'm gonna do 100. Craft supplies, 20. Social, I'm gonna do 0 in entertainment. I'm gonna do 25 in hair. I'm gonna do 0 in furniture. I don't think I'm gonna have any expenses for travel. I will have to get the train back to the city, but that'll be in September. I'm gonna do 100 in eating out. 0 in moving expenses and 12 in one-off subscriptions because the summer intern pretty goes into September, so I'll have Prime again there. I'm gonna do 300 to my emergency fund, so 150 per paycheck and 20 per paycheck to the TFSA. Nothing on the car loan, so that leaves me with $300 to work with. So I am gonna put 100. No, I'm only gonna put 50 in spending money because I haven't gotten any of my birthday money yet. And I think I'll just make that spending money. And I'll give myself 50 in social just in case. I'm not gonna end up doing a workout class this month. Let's be real. And I'm probably not gonna do anything there. Okay. So that leaves me with $300. I'll probably put it on one of these cards, but I don't know yet. We'll see. But that is the budget for this month. This isn't going to be where I wrap up the reset because I do want this to be kind of getting over, no, moving forward from Montana. Montana couldn't get up on the bed by himself, but it's time to put this back. Okay, bathroom is clean. The kitchen wasn't bad because I cleaned it a few days ago, but I did dust those for the first time in a while, and the dishes are done and the counters are wiped. I haven't vacuumed yet though. Hey guys, I just opened up my laptop because I'm planning a little weekend trip for next weekend, but it opened up to this. This is the demo version of, what's this called? Max Stitch. And I'm trying out for the very first time designing my own needle points. I'm realizing I think this needs to come with maybe the bee centered on this line, or maybe the bee, maybe the bee starting on this line and taking up that whole space, taking up the whole square. Looking at it here. But I'm trying to mimic this, which is by Kangaroo Paw Designs, and I mean, I probably should be like contacting her to whatchamacallit, like ask her to design an Ontario one, but I'm not going to sell it, and I don't think she would have enough interest in like from other people to purchase one. So I'm just experimenting with it. I might experiment with designing one of Montana as well. Yeah, I'm gonna plan this trip, and it's Sunday and I've cleaned the bathroom and cleaned the kitchen. I think I need to tackle the bedroom today. I do need to do laundry. I don't know if you can kind of see it right there behind the chair. I need to take some laundry down. It's been okay when I've been like busy enough to be distracted, but I just like don't have anything going on today. So that's that. I am going to like film the rest of me like cleaning up the apartment and getting my groceries and stuff, but that's gonna be the end of this video. Yeah, there is going to be a touring TO. It's a little different. It's not neighborhood specific. I just needed to get out of the house and walk a lot, so I did that this past Monday. I did that and definitely helped, but I don't have anything planned. Well, no, I have a lot of stuff planned. I just don't know. It was all before. So, yeah. I just didn't feel like I could just like integrate it. Like just, mention, oh, Montana died, and then like move on with another video or whatever. Because so many of you have given him compliments and cared about him. So, yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching, and if you have a pet, give them a really big hug. Almost $70 at Shoppers Drug Mart. 35, no, not these two, but except for the granola, 35 at No Frills, and then that was like 20 at Summerhill. Hey guys, I know I closed off the vlog a little bit ago, but I got a phone call yesterday that Montana is back at the vet clinic. So, and I asked if I could return some of the food and stuff that we hadn't used and the bags of fluids and stuff like that. So I am going to go bring him home. Okay, ignore the mess. I've got to be honest, I think I make better patterns, or I did when I worked in the clinic, but he's home.
So happy with how the garden's turned out. I feel like it just looks so pretty. It's really kind of brought the front of the house to life. I love the fact that there's somewhere now for the bees to go as well, because I didn't really have any flowers at all, I don't think, in the garden. No, I have none. Anything that attracts more wildlife, more insects. Looks exactly like something a child would just like run up.
Prime Minister, I'm going to ask you to stop right there.